dropping shit at the pilot. Niggas be broken, be sobbing, but still talking shit like they violent. Niggas is broke.
What's good, yo? Welcome back. So before we get started, I have a huge announcement to make. So I have this goal of reaching 100k subscribers by January 1st. And today is October 9th. And we're at like 67,000 K. And I know it's gonna be a really difficult goal to reach, but I'm really trying to go for it. But with your help, if we reach this goal by January 1st, I will be doing a huge, well, at least, you know, for my size, a huge giveaway. I'll be giving away one shirt from my site. I'll also be giving a $50 NBA store website gift card. And I'll also be giving a free copy of NBA 2K18 for any console.
God damn, it is fucking hot. Why is it so humid?
And goddamn, okay, I'ma just say it before this whole video goes on. It is so humid in this room. I can't have the fan, so you know I'm gotta keep the quality up. If y'all see me sweating, that's why. It is freaking hot as hell. So all you have to do is go ahead and go to the description. It is a Gleam giveaway. So go ahead, all the info you need is in the description in that Gleam link. And again, it's just a token of appreciation to what y'all have done for the last 2 years. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay, so it took me a while to do my prediction for the MVP. I was actually gonna do it last week, but then you know what, man? There are way too many MVP candidates this year. To be honest, this year, I'm predicting might be one of the closest MVP races we will ever see in this regard. There are probably 5, maybe even 7 legitimate MVP candidates this year. But with this award, the Most Valuable Player award, I've kind of made my own checklist of what it takes to win the award. Now, mind you, this checklist is not who actually deserves the award. It does not count who is actually the best player in the league, who is actually the most valuable player in the league. This is just a checklist of what it takes to win the award. The 3 biggest factors, at least based on what I've seen the past couple of years and based on history, based on my research, the 3 biggest categories for the MVP award is 1, stats, 2, winning, and 3, storyline. No particular order, just those 3 things. Now, there are some exceptions like last year where Russ's storyline and his stats just exceeded the winning part. But for the most part, if you hit these 3 check boxes, you're a favorite to win the MVP. And based on these 3 categories, I've been switching who my actual pick is between 3 guys for like the last 3 days. It's been hella hard. You know, I would have done this video again last week if it wasn't so hard to pick this year. And those 3 guys are Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron James. But I've made my decision, man. I've made my decision. And I'm picking Kawhi Leonard to be the winner of the 2018 MVP award. But the race, in my opinion, is going to be extremely close, and I would not be surprised if the 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook and LeBron James, or hell, someone even not in my top 3 won the award. Like, it's gonna be that legit this year. But let me explain why I chose LeBron and Russ first, and let's start with Russell Westbrook. He's kind of like, you know, the 3rd place winner in this scenario, whatever you want to call it. Now, obviously, he's not gonna average a triple-double again like last year and put up the stats he did last year. He's not even gonna score 32 points again. But I feel like last year, the biggest knock on Russell Westbrook was the fact that, yes, he was putting up stats, yes, he was breaking records, but they weren't leading to enough wins. They still finished in the 6th seed, which, you know, that's probably the lowest in history. I haven't checked, but that's one of the lowest seeds in NBA history for a guy to win MVP. But this year, he's on a team that can legitimately be the 2nd seed in the West. And if the Thunder get the 2nd or 3rd seed in the West, why not give the award to Russell Westbrook? As far as stats, yes, his stats are going to go down, but let's be honest here, how much are they really going to go down? I can still see him averaging 26 points. I can still see him averaging around 10 assists. His rebounds will go down in my opinion, but I still think he's going to average 6 to 7 rebounds, which is still ridiculous for a point guard. I think efficiency-wise, he might have a career year. I think he has the ability, because of the stars around him and his just, you know, improvement as a player, I think he can legitimately average 47-48% from the field, which is extremely high for Russell Westbrook. So if Russ has a season like that, why wouldn't he be the MVP? The only knock I do have on Russell Westbrook this year is the fact that let's be real here. At the end of last season, the triple-doubles were getting a little too tedious. People were getting sick. At least, they weren't getting sick of it, but they were taking it for granted. They were like, oh, it's just, oh, another triple-double. And that might happen again this year. Because there was a GM survey posted, I believe, last week on who they think is going to win the MVP. And Russell Westbrook got 0 votes. So that's what I'm afraid of for Russell Westbrook, and that's why he's 3rd. Now let's go to LeBron James. The main reason to have LeBron at 2 is because of the voters. I think the voters are done giving LeBron passes for MVP, even though he hasn't really deserved it ever since his last MVP. But that's the perception right now, that he's getting too many passes on getting the MVP. Like, we know he's been the best player in the league probably since 2010, maybe even a little earlier. But I think people are going to say he's been the best player since his last MVP. He's gotten the 1 to 2 seed in this conference since his last MVP. He's been putting up MVP stats since his last MVP. Why doesn't he deserve it this year? So that might be the storyline for LeBron. The winning factor is always going to be there because he's in the East. He's going to be a top 1 or 2 seed. But I think if he really wants to get that MVP, getting the 1 or 2 seed, winning 53, 52 games, 51 games like last year is not gonna be enough. I think for LeBron to be the MVP in the East, he's gonna have to win around 59, 60 games, in my opinion. But I'm not entirely sure if the Cavs are gonna win 60, 58 games this year. I know they are definitely capable of winning 60 games, but the question is, are they gonna go for it? So that's a really big question that's holding me back from putting LeBron at 1. Either he does that, and you know, he's not going to be in the MVP race, or if he's actually trying to chase the ghost of Jordan and all of that, he might go off, try to get the Cavs to 60 wins, go average 28.7 rebounds and 7 assists, and if he does that, then yes, LeBron James will be the MVP. And now Kawhi Leonard, man. Look, with Kawhi, I just think he checks all the boxes without the ifs and without the questions, or at least as much as LeBron and Russ. Let's start off with the stats. So last year, Kawhi Leonard averaged 26.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a block on 48% shooting from the field, 38% from 3, 88% from the line. And I just found this out today, he was only playing 33 minutes. And I think this year, even though they added Rudy Gay and LaMarcus Aldridge said he's going to be utilized more effectively, I still think the Spurs have to rely on Kawhi Leonard heavily. Maybe even more than they did last year. So with more stars coming over to the West, especially because they're forwards in Kawhi's position, the Spurs are going to need Kawhi on the floor more. So I think he's going to average around 35, 36, 37 minutes per game. And there have also been rumors that the Spurs are thinking about running Kawhi more as a ball handler. Not fully, but I think they're going to have more plays as Kawhi as the ball handler. So that might up his assists a little bit more. And with all the factors I just said, I could legitimately see Kawhi averaging 28, 29 points, 6 to 7 rebounds, 4 to 5 assists, 2 steals, a block, 47, 48% from the field, 37% from 3, 86, 87% from the line. And if those aren't MVP numbers, man, let me know, because I don't know what are if those aren't. And as far as storyline, Kawhi has the whole, oh, what if Kawhi wasn't injured against the Warriors last year storyline. And there's also the storyline of Kawhi needing to guard the other team's best player while trying to carry the offense, which is true, but you know, they're going to count that into the MVP voting, which will help Kawhi. And then here's a storyline that I think will really help Kawhi this year. The fact that, you know, Harden has Chris Paul. Russell Westbrook has Melo and Paul George now. LeBron, you know, he got Dwayne Wade. He got Jay Crowder now. He got Isaiah Thomas. He got Derrick Rose now. He got those guys. Kyrie and Gordon Hayward teamed up. Jimmy Butler went to the Timberwolves with Cat and Wiggins, and Anthony Davis with Boogie. Meanwhile, Kawhi Leonard, all he got this offseason was Rudy Gay and the hopes of LaMarcus Aldridge having a bounce back year. So essentially everyone got help while Kawhi didn't. Now as far as winning, yes, the Thunder, yes, you know, the Rockets have a chance at the 2nd seed, but most likely the Spurs at worst will be the 3rd seed, and as long as the Spurs are in that range, Kawhi Leonard will be an MVP candidate. And the only real setback I have for Kawhi for winning this award is the Greg Popovich factor. Will people give Greg Popovich more of the credit than Kawhi? But I feel like it's coming to that point where Kawhi is actually getting his credit, so that might not even be that big of a deal. But with that being said, man, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Who is gonna be the MVP this year? Go ahead, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. But with that being said, I am out. Oh, and a reminder again, go ahead and check the description for the Gleam link. Big giveaway at 100K if we reach it before January 1. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.